really trying to crack IAS exam? Then this series can do wonders for you. I am Dr. Viren Kumar from Unique Shiksha, guiding and inspiring thousands of IAS aspirants for more than a decade. You are watching a unique question-based learning series. Friends, why this series? For its impact. It is based on learning through previous year questions. It helps in understanding the UPSC demands well. And it is also based on theme-based practice, which prepares you best for UPSC challenge. Friends, from 2011 to 2020, in total 5 questions have been asked from Indus Valley Civilization. 4 questions were from prelims examination and 1 question from mains examination have been asked. In earlier 2 videos, we have discussed MCQ question from 2019 and MCQ question from 2017 prelims examination. In present video, we shall discuss a mains descriptive question from 2014. So let's come with us. Friends, now consider a question from IAS Main GS paper 1 from Indus Valley Civilization. To what extent the urban planning and culture of Indus Valley Civilization provided inputs to the present day urbanization? Discuss. You need to write this in 150 words and it carries 10 marks. So friends, let's see how to tackle this question. Friends, for effective answer writing in mains examination, we should develop a blueprint of the answer before writing it. In present answer, we will have an introductory part. We should enumerate the main elements of urban planning in general in introduction. We need to write body part in 80-90 words. We should describe urban planning of Indus Valley Civilization on main elements. After that, we will take cultural elements of Indus Valley Civilization. In concluding part, in 40-50 words, you should conclude your observations how urban planning and culture of Indus Valley Civilization provided inputs to modern urbanization. So let's see how we can develop this frame into an effective answer. Friends, first of all, we should enumerate the main elements of urban planning. The first element is landscape, whether all buildings will be constructed at same level or some will be on a raised platform. The second element of urban planning is the arrangement of streets. The third element is drainage and sanitation. The fourth element is housing. So we will discuss the elements of urban planning in Indus Valley Civilization on these 4 elements. Let's see how we should discuss about them. Friends, now just consider the first element of urban planning, that is landscape. In Indus Valley Civilization, there were 2 types of town. One were constructed on raised platform and other one on normal platform. You can see in the picture, it is the citadel which was constructed on raised platform. It was the fortified part of the town and it was built upon a high platform. This was meant for upper class and administrators. Besides, it also housed public buildings such as granaries as well. The second part of town, which was constructed on normal ground, it was non-fortified part of town. It was meant for common people, but there is an exception that in Kalibangan we have a fortified lower town. Friends, now consider the second element of urban planning, that it is streets. In Indus Valley Civilization, streets were planned in a grid system. A grid system is nothing but it is the network of parallel lines. You can see in the picture as well that these parallel lines are intersected at right angle, that is a angle of 90 degree. Main street run from north to south. You can see in the yellow arrow which is indicated the movement of the main street from north to south. Besides that, buildings were situated on either side of the streets. So this was the street system in Indus Valley civilization. Friends, now consider drainage and sanitation in Indus Valley civilization. There was a well-developed drainage system in Indus Valley civilization. It has covered drains under the main streets. You can see in the picture as well. It is a covered drain which is in the middle of the street, and it is made up of clean baked bricks. You can see. Besides that, there are also evidence of manholes and soak pits for cleaning. So friends, we can see that in Indus Valley civilization, a well-developed drainage system existed. Friends, now consider the housing pattern in Indus Valley civilization. You can see in the picture that houses are seen in a grid pattern. So it is a grid pattern of housing in Indus Valley civilization. When it comes to housing facilities, a house used to have a courtyard, a bathroom, a kitchen. You can see in the picture different sections of the house. However, it is a representational picture only. Beside that, each house has a drain which is well connected to the drain in the street. You can see in the picture. It's a real picture. And now when it comes to construction material, the clean burnt bricks were used in construction. You can see in the picture as well. Beside that, at some places sun-dried bricks were also used, and there are also evidence of use of gypsum in the buildings. For example, in Mohenjo-daro, in the Great Bath, at the floor, the gypsum has been used. It is a water-resistant material. So we can see that a well-developed housing pattern existing in Indus Valley civilization. Friends, evidences of some public buildings have also been found from Harappa civilization. Building such as the Great Bath of Mohenjo-daro. You can see in the picture it has drain, stairs and walls around it. Another building is granary. The largest granary found at Harappa, which is the largest structure of Indus Valley civilization. These granaries are claimed to use for corn collected from the people. They are built on a raised platform and divided into storage blocks. So we can see that certain public buildings which are inevitable part of urban civilization existed in Indus Valley. Friends, now consider some cultural elements of Indus Valley civilization pertaining to development of urbanization. For example, presence of some revenue administration has to be there because maintenance of public utilities such as drainage system, public bath, etc. would not have been possible without presence of some revenue administration. Second is evidence of granaries, evidence that there was surplus production of grains, and moreover grains were used to be collected as revenue. Besides, they might have use for civil supplies. We can compare it with the Food Corporation of India has many godowns as granaries which are also used for civil supply. Thirdly, the people of Indus Valley civilization used cosmetic items as well, which is again a feature of urban society. Another important feature of culture of Indus Valley civilization was mercantilist feature of urban economy. They used standard weights and measures. You can see in the picture as well. They have been excavated from Indus Valley sites. These were cubical and spherical weights in a series of 1, 2, 4, 8 and 16. Weights and measures used till recent past also have a character of in the multiples of 16. For example, use of 16 chatak is equal to 1 ser, and we have also seen 16 annas for a rupee. So these features evidence that a continuous of Indus Valley culture till recent past. Friends, now you can conclude your observation that how urban planning and culture of Indus Valley provided inputs to modern urbanization. You can trace them in landscape, streets, drainage, housing and public buildings. You can also give instance of municipal administration which also existed in Indus Valley times. The instance of revenue collection which had to be there is also part of modern urban cities. The weights and measures we use in modern urban cities also existed in Indus Valley civilization. Friends, just have a glance upon the ideal answer structure we have discussed so far. Friends, now consider a practice question. Trace out main characteristics of urban planning of Indus Valley civilization and the underlying reasons which are also reflected in modern cities. You are to write this question in 150 words which carries 10. Friends, you can join our IS Live Foundation course with interactive classes and doubt resolution sessions with more than 100 of practice tests and 75 hours of course. Friends, you can join our 7-day free trial by visiting uniqueshiksha.com for online foundation. You can access our live classes, personal mentoring, test and more. You can also invite your friend to take our IAS Prelims challenge. Friends, please subscribe our channel for watching upcoming videos and like, share and comment. You can also call us on 8287360360 for any query related to civil services. Friends, thanks for watching our video and please don't forget to watch our stellar civil servant series on Saturday. With these words, we wish you a bright career in civil service.